Be written. Legends will be made. This is your chance to step inside, to feel the adrenaline, to witness greatness. Follow the journey and be part of history.
Single factor, every single area that can be improved to make this competition, to make this league more exciting. The best riders in the world, the most incredible destinations in the world, and we here will bring you to every single moment. And it all starts here in Al Shakab in Doha for the very first stage of a jam-packed 2025 season. My name is Mark Lewis, and we are very excited along with the team to bring you through to Doha and kickstart this campaign. And of the many, many exciting new changes that we mentioned, new riders, new jumpers, new teams and new colors, arguably none is more exciting than the introduction of the Monaco Comets. And of the many changes that we will talk you through, it is time for us to start talking about that. Deborah Meyer is starting to get her fingers deep into Global Champions League action, and there is no one more well-recognized and well-known than the woman that has won everything on the stage, and that, of course, is one of the new Monaco Comets riders in Edwina Thops-Alexander. Ladies, welcome to the studio. This is very, very exciting. Edwina, this must have been a really, really big decision for you, I imagine. Can you take us through the decision-making process for this? How was that?
To be quite honest, when I heard about the Cannes Stars and what Deborah's been doing in the project already from the beginning, I was so impressed and excited, and I thought, what an incredible idea and great concept, and I actually really wanted to be a part of it from then. But however, I was always, in the last few years in the Falkenside United, it's the home of my horses, so that also made sense. It's Jan's team. But now I've been really fortunate to be able to be in the new team, the Monaco Comets, thanks to Deborah Meyer.
Deborah, you are impressing Edwina Thops-Alexander. You are impressing us. You are impressing the world with this project and this vision that you have. But I imagine people might be asking, well, you have the Cannes Stars powered by the Iron Dames, the defending champions of the GCL. You now introduce the Monaco Comets as well. How are you going to balance all of this on one plate?
First of all, I'm very happy to be back in the GCL here in Doha, and starting a new season, our second season, and to expand and develop the Iron Dames family. I think that the two teams will be well balanced. They have independent strategy, riders, horses, but they all have one common point, being part of the Iron Dames family.
Edwina, as someone that has won everything, GCL champion, two-time LGCT champion, does making a bold move like this, how does that change the motivation? How does that then freshen up your motivation to continue doing what it is you do?
I mean, it's something really different. You know, there's a whole concept behind the project, and there's so much more that goes into it. I think, as what I've seen with the Cannes Stars, very much focused into just the teams event and really trying to win that and do the best they can. And they obviously proved that last year. And I think with the fact that this whole project has so many important values for our sport, plus the fact that, you know, being all-women team, another all-women team, I'm very fortunate because we've got some amazing riders. I know all the riders quite well. I'm going to do my best to try to guide them and give them the best program possible. It's a challenge. It's a new challenge. It's exciting. It's wonderful.
Is that mentorship a role that you're looking forward to taking on? Because I imagine that a lot of these young riders might look to you and say, wow, this is Edwina Thops-Alexander that's now on our team. Is that something that you enjoy, taking on that mentorship role?
Yeah, and you know what's so important is that they follow and they see that I can set examples. I've been through everything, ups and downs, you know, and that gives you the strength, and that's what motivates you as well. So hopefully they will be able to learn something from me. I can empower them as well, and I can give them as much knowledge as possible. And, you know, I've always said to them, it doesn't matter who is in the best form are the ones that are actually going to go to the competitions, and that's whether it's me or whether it's whoever else, the other girls, we all have to be the best we can. So it's not just about me going to the shows, they also have to be as good as all of us. So we're just looking to have the best commitment and the team that shows a really good role model to the rest of the other teams, and that we have a goal.
Deborah, you couldn't have found a better role model for the riders in the Monaco Comets. Can you explain to me the evolution of your relationship with show jumping? You entered the stage in 2024. We all took some time to get to know you. You had an outstanding year. I'd love to find out how, from last year to this year now, how would you say your relationship with show jumping from racing, having that background, has now evolved over the last year?
It is driven by one very common pattern, which is passion. I love what I do, and I do it with passion. I'm also, as our Iron Dames logo motto says, we are driven by dreams. We follow our dreams. We try to do it in the best possible way, in the most competitive way, trying to excel in what we do. And as Edwina rightfully said, we try to mentor and to show, to give a hand to the younger generation, to the most experienced one, try to give their advice and their many advices to the younger ones, and to assist them. So the path it's a long-term path. It has many steps, many obstacles. So the more help you can give, the better it is.
Deborah, the Comets are their own team, their own franchise, but there's no denying that there is a Canstars influence here. From your perspective, how much of that influence might we see from the Canstars filtering in and through the Monaco Comets?
I think it's much more an Iron Dames influence rather than a Canstar influence. It's about the whole bringing the spirit of the Iron Dames, what the Iron Dames is standing for, that we want to, that we wish to bring and to show. Canstars and Monaco Comets perfectly embody this vision and this attitude, and which is of being very international, open, striving to reach the excellency, being passionate women, driven by dreams, and trying to obtain the best possible result.
Well, Deborah, I think the expansion of the Iron Dames project is very exciting. Welcome back to the Global Champions League. Edwina, we are very excited about this for you. Good luck for this weekend. Good luck for the season. Thank you very much for joining us. And best of luck to the Monaco Comets.
Thank you.
Edwina Tops-Alexander and Deborah Meyer joining us in studio to talk about this fascinating project that continues to expand and continues to grow. Speaking of the Canstars powered by the Iron Dames, let's take a flashback and remind you of their season in 2024. That groundbreaking year for the Canstars that reinvented how show jumping was meant to look in 2024. Your defending champions powered by the Iron Dames. Let's take you back to the Canstars' success.
Jana Meyer has just gone and done it for the Iron Dames. What a tremendous performance. What a tremendous performance. For the first time, they jumped 4 clear rounds at a single stage. Cold-blooded serial killers. Are they going to do it again? Back-to-back wins and a major jump of the standings. They've done it again. What a performance from Canstars. The team is unstoppable.
I don't think so. Others all coming out today in the official team parade, our first official look at the teams competing in the 2025 Global Champions League season. And for that, we go down to the official parade. Dan Strange is standing by, a perfect location to be, to meet and greet all of the riders for the season. Dan Strange, tell us how the parade looks.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. We're right down in the mix of it here. The buzz is electric. The season about to get underway. Saint-Tropez Pirates, Philippe Rosier just behind me. And, well, as everyone's getting ready, we thought it was important to catch up with one of the stars. Of course, a big move in the summer after CanStars, powered by Iron Dames, won the championship last year, Kim Emmen. Your phone must have been ringing off the hook in the summer. You're now with Madrid in Motion. How was the summer and how did the transfer come about?
No, I actually had a good summer, especially after the Olympics. And I was very proud that the CanStars won the championships. But for us also now being in Madrid Emotions, very looking forward to go for the same result this year.
A very strong team at Madrid in Motion that you join, a strong squad. What additional strengths are you looking to add?
I think we have really good riders. I think we all have a string of good horses. So now we just have to get the results going.
Talking good horses, you've got Ireland, you ride Inflame Go in the opening round. What form are they in at the moment?
Inflame didn't jump so much lately, so that's why I ride him in the opening round. Ireland has been doing very good whole year actually, and then Imagine is always in quite good shape, I have to say.
So looking to here in Doha, I mean the Longines Arena is always a stunning place to ride. How well do you think Madrid in Motion can go today?
Okay, I have all the hopes up for the boys. They are going to do very good.
Kim, thank you so much. It's such an exciting time. Mark, back over to you.
Thank you very much, Dan Strange. As you can see, the beautiful Longines Arena here at Al Shakab in Doha in the background as we get ready for the start of day one of the Global Champions League, and we get ready for all of the action. Very busy inside the ring. Course walk officially underway, and we are waiting for the riders to complete those measurements. Ed Holloway, by the way, is going to be in the ring for us a little bit later on, giving us a more technical perspective as to what to expect here today in the Global Champions League opening day. We're going to find out more about the teams. We talk about these new acquisitions. We talk about the new riders that have moved over. New colors, new jumpers. Philipp Weishout sporting a new beard for 2025. The German rider for Riesenbach International, powered by Kingsland Equestrian. Couple of new faces as well to talk about. But speaking of the Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian, we took some time to catch up with team manager and team owner FECA to get some thoughts as to what has taken place over the winter and some incredible new signings that the Istanbul Warriors have made. Let's hear from Efe. You will have many people thinking that you must be one of the best negotiators in the Global Champions League, because if we take a look at the new lineup this year, you have done some fantastic business in the off-season. You bring in the likes of Henrik von Ackermann, you bring in Simon de Lestre. These are massive, massive names in the world of GCL that you have brought now to the team. Help us explain how these decisions came about.
First of all, this year I know already from the long time that Andreas will go out because they will move to new team to Geraldine. And then I already start to think who can be transferred to our team because we want to go every year better and stronger. So Andreas, one of the strong names in our team, so it's very important new transfer. So already long years we are neighbor with Henrik and we have a good relation. So also before I asked, but okay, I know he has a good engagement with the Scandinavian Viking. And I know also Evelina is out. Maybe I said this year we have a chance. So we have a chance, we talk, we negotiate. So we agreed and we move him to our team and we are very happy.
Was there a lot of back and forth? What was the negotiation like?
No, he takes his time. He needs to talk with the other team, also talk with the Scandinavian Viking, the negotiation. But then I think he's also agreed to come as strong team because he knows who are the new names. Obviously, he is one of the best. He's the best. So he's happy to come to the strong team as well.
So the question now is, in 2024, I asked you what the team ambition was. And if I recall correctly, you said a top 5 finish is the team's goal. Now for Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian, you bring in Simon de Lestre, you bring in the #1 rider in the world. Does top 5 change, or is the goal still the same?
So this year global increase the team number, so it's from 14 to 17. So still the first 5 is a goal, of course. I will be happy to finish the first 5, but I will be even more happy to finish in podium. So the goal is there, still the same, and minimum 5, let's say, and then above this, we're gonna be even more happier.
We're talking about new team riders. It's the beginning of the year. We're trying to learn about all the new teams and the new faces. Ollie Fletcher was signed as the under-25 rider for your team. Fantastic young talent, but he suffered a very heavy injury recently. What is the plan going forward with Ollie Fletcher?
Correct. Unluckily, after we agree with Oliver, then he has bit non-horse related accident. He has an accident with the scooter, so he injured his tendon. So he has small operation. Hopefully now he is in the recovery time, and he will working hard for that, and hopefully he will come back in couple months. In this time we already looking for who can be a strong rider to have to the team, because we don't want to break the atmosphere that we have quite strong, because Fletcher is the last year U25 European young rider gold medalist. So we want to look someone who can be replaced this position with this power. So we have a couple options. At the end, we agree with Hannes Alman. He is one of the talented U25 German riders. So he is already signed with us. Till Fletcher coming back, he will be with us.
You've done some excellent business. Best of luck to the Istanbul Warriors here in Doha and for the season. And we will keep you honest with your top 5 predictions.
Yes, we will try. Hopefully good start this week.
Very nice to catch up with FECI to get some thoughts on the Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian. Now, let's not forget that Abdel Said is still involved in the side, a former LGCT Grand Prix winner, in fact, here last year in 2024. So with the power of Abdel Said, signing Henrik von Ackermann, signing Simon de Lestre, all of a sudden, that Istanbul Warriors team looks incredibly good for the season. And unfortunately, because of the injury to young Ollie Fletcher, now all of a sudden Istanbul Warriors applying the injury rule very early on in the season to try and make sure that they get a new fit under-25 rider to compete throughout the rest of the year. Time for us to start talking deeper about some of these teams that we've welcomed back into the team. We talk about the new signings, we talk about the new teams, and some teams are actually making a return to the Global Champions League, an expansion that now sees us move up to 17 teams in 2025. Once again, we go down to Dan Strange to continue this talk around the evolution of the GCL in 2025. Dan, not only do we see new teams being decided this year, we also welcome back a couple new teams as well. Dan Strange, let's talk about the returning Saint-Tropez Pirates. Let's talk about the returning Paris Panthers. These are big names that we are very excited to welcome back to GCL.
Yeah, we are, very much so. Saint-Tropez Pirates, of course, Mariano Martinez Bastida. He's bold, he's speedy. Philippe Rosier alongside him today. Duarte Seabra, their backup rider, as it were, not riding in round 1, but what a backup rider to have within the 3 that are here. They go second, Rosier and Bastida, in round number 1. So Saint-Tropez Pirates really do have strength in depth. They don't have here the Watchman brothers, these exciting, precocious Irish pair who have got from a prestigious family background within equestrian sport as well. But the Saint-Tropez Pirates really look exciting, and we get to see them very early, Mark.
I like that, Dan. I'm looking forward to seeing the 2 of them return. I also see a lovely change in the kit color as well for the Saint-Tropez Pirates, opting for more of a greenish kind of teal color today, although you are the fashionista, so I'll allow you to dive deeper into those 2 colors for the 2 returning teams. But I also want to focus on Madrid Emotion just for a moment, Dan. You spoke about Madrid Emotion. You spoke to Kim Emmen. They too have made really, really good business, because when you still have Michael van der Vleuten, you still have Eduardo Alvarez Aznar, and you include someone of the ability of Kim Emmen, all of a sudden they too look really dangerous, Madrid Emotion, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Paris Panthers, obviously, they come in later. They ride 15th on the card today in round 1. Saying Kim Emmen, though, the experience that she had last season across the season, the strength she added to CanStars, powered by Iron Dames, and what they achieved when I was talking to her off air was really, really clear, sort of her confidence around how they did last season. When you add in Inflame Go and the horsepower that she adds to this Madrid Emotion team that already have the likes of, you know, Rockefeller for Edu Aznar and others as well, Madrid Emotion look really, really good.
Let's not forget that Victor Bettendorf is in that mix as well, the LGCT Super Grand Prix winner from 2024. So it's becoming very difficult to try and identify early on which teams look good. You have the defending champions in Canstars. Razorback International always look good. The new Monaco Comets look very, very strong. Madrid Emotion looks strong as well. We spoke about the Istanbul Warriors. They too have a stacked lineup. So it's starting to look very, very competitive. Dan Strange, thank you very much for your time. We'll come back to you in a few moments' time to get some thoughts, to get some reaction from some of the riders inside the ring. We continue this discussion here on day one of the GCL Live in Doha to meet some of the new teams. Another brand new lineup, another brand new team belongs to that of the Basel Cosmopolitans. We took some time to sit down with the three riders here in Doha to get to meet some of the new riders in one of the new GCL lineups. Let's meet Basel.
A little party never killed nobody. Right here, right now is all we get. Endless trips around the world. Don't mean a thing if I ain't your girl. God damn.
This is a really exciting moment, I imagine. Speak to me about the potential, the excitement that this new franchise offers.
Yeah, it does indeed. I was before in Istanbul Warriors team and was also very nice. Now I had the chance a little bit to put a team together myself with the Straumann family. And of course that has been very exciting. And I must say with the lineup, as you say, I think we are a very good group of riders, strong riders, and I believe we're going to be really good at working together, so very excited for the season ahead.
Jana, have you been talking to your teammates a lot? What does the team chat look like? What are the conversations been like building up to Doha?
We had a great day in Copenhagen, just to get to know each other better. I mean, we know each other from shows, but just to get that team spirit a bit more pushed, and it feels super to be in that team. Like it's a great team atmosphere.
I must say the riders that is in it is somehow people that we already worked with or have a good relation with. So I hope that's going to help us a lot, you know, being a team that can work good together. For me myself, I jumped World Cups but the last 2 months I slowed a bit down, to be honest, because we know all this global tour season is long. It takes a lot of jumping, a lot of effort from our horses, so they weren't pushed the last 2 months, and I hope that will benefit here on the first shows. We all have a plan for our horses, and some shows fit some horses better than others. You know, after we have done the first 2-3, we're going to make the plan for the next shows. But I must say, from beginning on, for the first 3-4 shows, we have already now a good plan where everybody is happy with what shows they're going to, and I believe like this, everybody will come strong every time.
Sasha, what from 2024 is useful for you to now bring into this new Basel team for 2025?
The first show, you don't really know what to expect, the courses and the atmosphere and the show. So now I come in a new season and a new team with experience already from 3 shows last year. I know a little bit how it's gonna go on and how the setup is, and I think that's a good thing for me. Show a lot of hopes and a lot of wishes, but everything also have to come together in a good way. But we will do our best, definitely.
Realistic goal, then I would have to say for sure we are aiming to be in the top 5. We have to, because if we wouldn't have that ambition with this line of riders, we won't make much success doing. It's going to be a long year. Then, of course, the dream would definitely be top 3. But if it's for some reason not going our way and we should end a little bit longer down the line, that's also fair enough, because it is sport and it is horses and you never know, but the ambitions is for sure there.
It's very exciting to have new colours, new teams, new jumpers, new faces. Welcome to the Global Champions League, and best of luck to Basel for the year. Getting a chance to meet the Basel Cosmopolitans, one of the new teams in the Global Champions League. Andreas Skau will not be jumping in round 1. He will then be taking a break, and I assume will then come in for round 2. As Basel look in round 1, Jana Vargas and Sasha Newgard-Lille will be jumping that opening round. Time for us to get some reaction from in the ring. I promised you that Dan Strange would return to have some thoughts with us, to get some ideas of what is taking place. I believe he's standing by alongside the Rome Gladiators, powered by Cavalleria Toscana. Dan, who do you have alongside you for Rome?
I've got Nadia Peter-Steiner. Nadia, firstly, you're here with Rome Gladiators, a switch for you. How do you feel ahead of the season?
Yeah, I'm with Rome now this year. It's a very nice team, nice people I don't know yet. I will meet them during the year. It's a mixed team with young riders, very experienced riders we can learn a lot about, and it will be a pleasure to ride with Rome this year.
We're going to talk about the course in a moment. Of course, you get to jump Mila today for the first time in the Global Champions Tour, Global Champions League. For anyone that doesn't know, your mum bought you Mila as a present and put her in the stable here in Doha back in early January. How have you bonded with Mila? How's it going?
Yes, exactly. It was a surprise here when I arrived here in Doha. We started here. All this experience we have is only from Doha for the moment. We met together, we worked together, and it works really well, really fast. So we found the best way together. So I'm as confident to ride today for the first time in the global. So we hope it will work and we'll make a good job.
Giuliano Vizzani's built an amazing course again here. It's always a long course in Doha. You have highlighted Fence 7, this big oxer. Just talk us through what you think of the course generally and number 7 behind us.
Yes, it is a tough course already to start the season from the global tour this year. It's a tough course, a lot of difficulties between a little bit everywhere. Behind us is a square oxer, very square, big, not really large, but there are a few difficulties in the course, options for the one who wants to go fast, empty fences, walls, so there's a bit difficult everywhere, and like you said, it's a long course already to start.
Of course, Malin struggled last year with the wall. There was a wall with gaps in it last year, so it'll be interesting how it goes this year. Confidence high for Rome Gladiators. Do you feel it suits the team?
Yeah, for the moment, still confident. We'll talk again after the class, but I think we're in a good mind, and all the horses jump with the grooms are here since 2 months. They know the ground, they know the ring, and so I think we can be confident. We hope so.
Nadia, good luck. Thank you so much, and good luck to you and Mila for later on. Mark, it's going to be fascinating to see how Mila, how Nadia, and how the Rome Gladiators go.
Absolutely. Dan Strange, thank you very much. And what a wonderful opportunity for Nadia Peter-Steiner to then jump with the now 13-year-old grey Mila. An exceptional horse that now belongs to Nadia Peter-Steiner. How will she and the Rome Gladiators do a little bit later on? We will find out. Speaking of some of the young, exciting riders that have been on site for day one of the Global Champions League, another one of those belongs to Antoine Herman, a recent signing for the Shanghai Swans. The young Frenchman now moves over to the Swans and has an opportunity to jump alongside some of the biggest, most senior riders in the world. We took some time to meet with the young Frenchman to get his thoughts on the anticipation of a brand new GCL performance for him.
In 2024, I learned many lessons. I was lucky to be part of the team of Stockholm Mercs, to be close of the rider like Julian, Malin, the brothers Philippats. It was just amazing. The show are amazing. I was a little bit scared at the beginning to be part of this team, but at the end, I have many experience now. I can imagine better my second year here in Doha for start the league.
The under-25 category is becoming a very exciting category. Which teams have really good under-25 riders that you are keeping an eye on?
Yes, the under-25, we have a really good group, I think. All the team have a good under-25. I hope to be the best this year. I know someone, not all, but I know someone, and I can imagine a good battle this year in the group of under-25. This year in Shanghai, we have amazing rider, like always. I don't know them really much, but okay, I have to go with her, to talk with her, to spend time with them, to learn him. But I think it will be good. I'm okay with them. I'm a bit scared because I big guy, Christian, Daniel, Ben, and others. It's not easy, but okay, I will try. I jumped this week the global in Doha. After I will jump, I think, Madrid. After I will see how the horses is doing. I have 3 horses to jump the global this year, so I have to manage a bit the show of the global and also show about my horses. I will do Doha and Madrid, and after I will see how is doing my horses and the best for them after.
What an opportunity for young Antoine Herman to be jumping alongside some of those senior legends in the Shanghai Swans team. The amount that he will learn from them, having the opportunity to be alongside them, to walk courses with them, to jump Global Champions League rounds with them. You're going to see a lot of development from Antoine Herman at a very, very quick pace throughout the 2025 season because of those senior riders around him. We've talked a little bit about the course. Maybe now let's take a moment to get a little bit deeper into it. Ed Holloway standing by with us to give us a little more reaction from inside the ring, to talk to us about some of those unique lines that have been set up for today's opening day of GCL. Ed Holloway, welcome to the show. A brand new day, a brand new season, very exciting. Talk to us about what's been designed today. Talk to us about what is standing out in today's course walk for round 1.
Mark, thank you and good afternoon. This is going to be spectacular because it's windy out here. It's cold, it's windy. It's a different environment than the riders that have been here for several weeks have been used to. We take a look at the course now, Peter Schumacher. This is fence 1, the Qatar Equestrian Federation and Modern Pentathlon Vertical. It's a straightforward start. It's a right-handed run into the Global Champions Ox, fence number 2. Now that is square. There's no ascending bar there. They've got to certainly meet that accurately because there's no little concession from our course designer. But what lies after it is then tricky because this is the first of 3 double combinations. It's a pair of verticals. I'll have a quick look at it for you. They're both 155 in height, and you're going to come down here after that big oxer, a sharp turn, and this is an early sort of teeth from our course, or a tooth from our course designer. There's 2 strides between this opening combination, and then they're going to run down because these 2 doubles of the 3 sets of doubles come very early. 4AB is just up here. We'll walk this. It is 8 strides, so 4 of my strides per horse stride. So it'll be 32 of my steps from the landing point to the takeoff point here. Now this is the next combination, and as I say, it's pretty early. It's 150, 160 in, and out is 155, and the point here for me is that vertical is rustic. It blends into this sand footing on the Longines Arena, and it's right into the face of the in and out gate. That's where the horse will be distracted. I think that's a tough early question. They then spin around this big rustic oxer. This is a big fence. It is going to be 150 by 160. But after it again, 5 strides down to the rustic vertical. It's an airy wall, 155 tall, and then right-handed to the Visit Qatar oxer. That is skinny. It's again absolutely flat, and that will be fascinating. That is fence now number 7. And then comes the rollback to the Prague Playoffs vertical. Again, big oxer, skinny, into this little vertical. Well, a tight turn into a massive vertical, but from this point it looks small, but it's huge when you get there. Then down to the Al Shakab Liverpool over the water. That is fence 9. Fence 10 is the Longines Oxer. And then this is the home turn. Back to this Global Champions League combination, 11A and B. And again on the dimensions, 155 in, 150, 160 out. It's 1 stride. It's 8 meters. They then run left-handed down to the penultimate. And again, that is very beefy. It's a blue rail, 4 rails only. That is the penultimate, and it's 155 tall, and then that will swing them left-handed into the final oxer. That is the Longines Oxer, 155 by 160. So the course is tough. There's a lot of early questions. These verticals early are very strong. 8 strides.
All right, we seem to have lost you there, Ed Holloway. Connection going down. Thank you very much, though. We managed to get enough out of that, realizing that a lot of tough questions are going to be asked from this opening round of GCL in Doha. Apologies for that. We'll try to get Ed Holloway back up. And if we also have Dan Strange standing by for us for some more reaction as to what the riders were discussing during that course walk. What seemed to be a common theme? What seemed to be the major talking points that were brought up during that course walk? What are the riders fearful of? What they're perhaps looking at slightly more? What line did they walk more than one time? Some of those questions hopefully being able to be answered by Dan Strange in a few moments' time. Let's show you the start list and remind you as to how the teams will be coming out today for the opening day. It also gives us an opportunity to once again introduce to you some of the new teams and some of the new riders that will be competing in 2025. The very first team out the gate today, all drawn by computer at the start of the week, belongs to New York Empire. No surprises in the names and faces of New York Empire as Dennis Lynch and Scott Brash come out for New York Empire. The recently returned Saint-Tropez Pirates out second, and the Prague Lions, powered by the Czech equestrian team, once again with alongside Peter de Vos, Fernando Martinez Soma. Razorback International, powered by Horse Gym, welcome Emanuele Camille to the lineup alongside Philip Weishout. Scandinavian Vikings find themselves coming out in fifth. Madrid in Motion, Doha Falcons and the Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem equestrian team. Then take a look at number 9. A lot of excitement around the Monaco Comets, powered by the Iron Dames. The now second team to be backed by the Iron Dames, as long with the Can Stars, the champions of 2024. Mexico Amigos up next, and then a newcomer to 2025 in the Basel Cosmopolitans come out next. Falcons Ward United. All of a sudden, no Edwina Tops-Alexander, and just by the way, no John Whittaker as well for 2025. They bring in Hans-Dieter Dreyer, jumping alongside Marcus Eining. Can Stars and the Stockholm Hearts up next. Paris Panthers make their return. The Rome Gladiators, now powered by Cavalleria Toscana and Nadia Peter Steiner and Mila. Big talking point there. And the final team out the gate, the Shanghai Swans, to be jumping alongside Christian Elman and Daniel Deusser. What a lineup for the Shanghai Swans. On paper, always an incredibly strong lineup. What will the Shanghai Swans do in 2025? That becomes a big question. Before we wrap up and get ready for the action to begin, let's go down to the arena one more time. Dan Strange standing by for us. Dan, I know you're getting caught up in the funfair, but I also, whilst you are busy with the mascots for today, I want to get your thoughts on what was discussed during the course walk. What were some of the comments perhaps that were made from the riders in and around you? But for now, go on and get your mascot on. I'll give you some free rein there, Dan.
Well, I felt jealous, envious of Nadja earlier, getting left Mila in a stable here in Doha, so I've added to my horsepower here ahead of the Global Champions League opener. Well, the interesting thing I found, I just had a conversation with Deirdre Riley ahead of her debut, riding for the Scandinavian Vikings. She goes about 27th, I think it is, in round 1. I said, how do you see the course? She said, I'm really confident, I feel happy. The back end of the course, I'm stood here between 10, a big oxer, and then the double 11, 11A and 11B. She said that gets a little more difficult. We'll see how it goes. Dennis Lynch raced off. I didn't get a chance to talk to Dennis. Does that bode well for New York Empire? Of course, Dennis and Cordial have jumped brilliantly here before. How will New York Empire go today? We wait to see. The one thing I did notice was just a lot of nervousness, more than you see as the season goes on, with it being the season opener. I spoke to Christian Arman of the Shanghai Swans. He was stood with Basel Cosmopolitans manager Andreas Skau. Now, Christian was really, really confident. He was happy. He's always fairly relaxed. Andreas said what he's looking for his team to build in confidence through the season so that he can relax as a manager and he can then enjoy that side of it. And of course, his jumping too. Mark, nerves are here in the arena at the Longines Arena in Doha. We're about to get underway. It's so exciting.
Thank you very much, Dan Strange. It really is. This is day one of a brand new season. Of course, the nervous energy is going to be there. Their excitement for a brand new season is there already, and we are hoping that you will stay with us throughout the entire season. Breathtaking destinations, your ticket to the world right here in Doha for the opening day of the Global Champions League. We stand by for the start of today's competition. Thank you very much to Dan Strange, Ed Holloway, and to the rest of the team that prepare the opening day here. Best best of luck to the riders, best of luck to all of the horses that compete. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 2025, let's get the Global Champions League underway and get started for a brand new season.
Global Champions League, now 9 years we are into this brilliant initiative. Started back in 2016, the GCL, and 17 teams now this year, up from the 14 from last season. And what a battle there was again that went down to the wire with the playoffs. And well, this year it's going to be fascinating because new teams have come into the mix, the extension of the number, some teams beefed up certainly in terms of riders and horsepower. We have a brand new team, the Monaco Comets, and it's going to be fascinating to see what this man has laid out for us in terms of course, Peter Schumacher from Koblenz up in North Rhine-Westphalia. This track looks very, very serious, as it well would be this afternoon. It's assisted by the Qatari designers that are Mohamed Abdul Maqsood, Abdul Karim Sabri, Imad Balachen from the home nation, Algeria's Mostafa Hamdani, Samir Al Juwaid from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Julia Schumacher, Peter's wife, from again the heartland of the German horse sport. And Johann Sebastian Gulliksen, he's certainly looking on, appreciating the significance of this afternoon as the teams wage battle to try and post a very strong message to the other teams that they mean business this year. The Cannes Stars won last year, the all-female team that is now joined by the Monaco Comets. Deborah Meyer's superb new initiative, and well, we wait with bated breath. It's great to have you along for this, what is going to be an extraordinary season ride that gets underway here in the heart of Qatar. So these will be the starters. We'll start with individual riders first because the results of this competition against the clock will determine the start order for the GCL second round this afternoon, which is the Grand Prix qualifier for Saturday as well. So a number of individuals to come. Firstly, 18 of those in total. Khalid Abdulaziz Al-Aid, he won the individual bronze in the Sydney Olympics back in 2000. Jeanne Saint-Laurent not riding this afternoon, but she won the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in Paris last year with Dexter Kerglen. Yvonne Del Massé for the lady from Toulouse. Antoine Herman's been in super form here in Doha on the Doha Tour. His Highness the Amir soared, and last week at the CHI Al Shakab, he's only 23. Then these are the GCL team riders. The exciting start is going to be Brooklyn Heights and Hello Folly getting first out for New York Empire. And then the likes of Deirdre Riley, Johann Sebastian Gulliksen, the pair for the Scandinavian Vikings. Deirdre, a new recruit on the GCL roster this year. Edwina Tops-Alexander, twice she's won a Longines Global Champions Tour Championship. And that is a brilliant fellow Castlefield to come a little bit later. Battle is going to absolutely be fierce, and the Shanghai Swans will anchor this GCL first round to absolute titans of world show jumping, Daniel Deusse and Christian Allman. It's a chilly afternoon, it's overcast, it's certainly windy as well, to add another dimension to what is going to be a fascinating afternoon into evening of sports. A very warm welcome to you all, and we can't wait to get this 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour season started here in Qatar. It's also been the ending to some seasons. It's now
representing Turkey,
a spring fixture.
Part of this competition with Cantate, the spring of Koblenz.
But it is going to be superb, and it is going to be Ifi Siahi who will get us underway with his very smart grey Cantate. So we take a breath because this will be a very good indication into the, I think, very stern test of Peter Schumacher this afternoon, because there are 3 doubles, no treble. The double pair come 3AB, 4AB, 8 strides. A little holding distance was Hans-Dieter Dreyer's information to me out on my course preview. And Ifi Siahi gets us started this afternoon here in the opening leg of the GCL battle this season. Cantate skips down into the base of 3-8. Got him fairly deep into that pair of verticals, but Effa then lovely little adjustment to try and re-energize his grape. Down out of 4A and B without a penalty. This was owned by the ES Equestrian team, bred by Gerd Danneman for Ife Siahi. God, nearly breathes on top of the Visit Qatar Skinny Oxer. The rollback turn into this Prague playoffs vertical. 4 strides, comes up beautifully, pinpoint precise. Cantate down out of the Auscher Cub Oxer, then the Longines Oxer, all in a very flowing forward but powerful rhythm. It's a very composed round here for Ife Siahi to get us underway. Now down to the final fence. What a start to the GCL leg here in Doha. Beautiful round. It is 76-32. It's a very good start to the afternoon. Who is the team manager of the Istanbul Warriors that are powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian team this year. The new signings, Henry von Eckermann and Simon de Lestre. It's a very good start. 76-32, the first time of the first GCL leg here. The first round of the first leg in Doha. This man, I am a very big advocate of Abdurrahman Al-Raji's talents. He's a calm, composed character. He gives his horses a very secure feeling, and this is a mega talent on course. Horse I've seen in North America over recent years with Liz Bates, the Canadian, who's based in Belgium. RBW, the son of Baloubet de Roy, down into the second double, and Abdurrahman, I think, is up on the Turk's time early doors. Heartbreak of the dam site owned by the Saudi Arabian Equestrian Federation. Abdurrahman, 2 Asian Games, Incheon, Korea 2014, Team Silver. Hangzhou 2023, 7th individually with Ventago. We'll see him later, no doubt, this week. He's a keen skier and paraglider, so an adrenaline junkie through and through. As he powers down over the Longines Oxer. Yeah, split times all positive. Best part of 3 seconds quicker than Ife Siahi. Now, can he just keep the rhythm here down to the very tall vertical? That's the sort of the fear fence, really. If you dare to chase down to it, they will this afternoon, certainly. It's a very good round. 72.59, the best part of 4 seconds to the good of the Trailblazers' time. Super round from the first for Kingdom of Saudi Arabia this afternoon. These individuals, as we say, will have 18 of those prior to the GCL itself getting started after Ellen Whittaker and Kolensky. The new starter, Andreas Sko, gets away, 37 years of age. He'll ride for the Basel Cosmopolitans later in their GCL campaign, and it's a rough start for Billy Matador. This is the son of Billy Mexico, crossed to Animo, bred by Donald Barnwell and William Funnell, the huge Billy operation. William, of course, his show jumping record extraordinary, and Pippa, his wife. Still only 2 eventing riders have won the Rolex Grand Slam of show jumping. Pippa, one of those. Billy Matador around to the rustic Oxer, jumps it perfect in 5 strides down to the wall. Again is accurate, but Andreas will be error at the vertical. He was 8th in the Longines Global Champions Tour Championship standings. end of last year. But again, Billy Matador a little bit off colour this afternoon, disappointing in this quite extraordinary Longines arena at Al Shakab. And yes, the hand goes up. He's an individual, so no team consequence. And of course, the second round of the GCL, there could be rider or horse substitutions for the teams, so there'll be a lot of dynamicism this afternoon. But sadly, we say farewell to the brilliant man for Denmark, Andreas Skov. Retires Billy Matador. The new starter is the world at number 50, the brilliant Austrian distinguished championship rider Geoffrey Puck. We welcome. His championship career dates back to the Europeans at Hickstead in '99. He's been in super form here in Doha this year. He was the winner of the opening four-star Grand Prix on the Doha Tour. Its second year this year. Equitron Naxel, the fifth. He's based to the north of Salzburg in Austria at Lamprechtshausen. Son Tobias as well, an international show jumper, and Equitron Ornat the fifth is extraordinary talent. I've been watching this horse this year. I've been here for 4 weeks this year already commentating, and this horse is a genius of a horse in terms of ability, but Geoffrey has got to use all of his mastercraft. He's got a lot of that to anchor this horse because he's onward bound. Son of Utsmeasure de Bressy, cross to Landetto. Geoffrey Puck. 4 strides, very punchy down through the related distance. 8 to 9. This man was in absolutely unstoppable form on the Doha Tour after that Grand Prix win. He just ignited, was podium after podium, win after win. Geoffrey Puck is going to be very close to leading time here. I think just a slither ahead. Yes, he is. Beautiful round, 0.8 seconds to the good of Abdurrahman Al-Raji. And the man from Mozart City, Salzburg, pretty much. It's a masterclass from Geoffrey Puck. He takes the lead here in the GCL first competition this afternoon, leg 1 of the new season here in Doha. Christian Kukuk enters, and not riding for Riesebeck International this afternoon. Ludger Beerbaum, team manager, has certainly been juggling his cards into this new season. But well, this man from Warendorf, national training base, has been based with Ludger Beerbaum for many seasons, was prior to Ludger Beerbaum with Ludger Schulze Niehus up near Warendorf. The Equestrian family, mother and father, high-level dressage and show jumping in Germany. Georges, yeah, a little bit lackluster. I was calling the database, but thinking that Christian was idling down to 2 a little bit, and it's a monster oxer, 155 by 160. He'll have his birthday next Tuesday. Will turn 35. After this opening leg in Doha, Georges opens up very well out over that very airy hanging wall, but again, a little bit out of sorts. Christian Kukuk has the Visit Qatar Oxer as well. Georges rattles the impart into the Global Champions League combination, the last double, but it stays. But still, this man will be smarting on exiting, no doubt. And yeah, two gladiators in Andreas Sko, and this man falling into hot water this afternoon. You wouldn't have anticipated that. Yes, not riding for their teams, but they certainly would be wanting to qualify for the Grand Prix. Coming on Saturday, the second round of the GCL is the qualifier for that Grand Prix, but this round will determine the start order for the second round. There could be team changes naturally as well, so maybe Christian Kukuk will be coming back into round 2 with another horse to try and improve Riesenbeck International's fortunes after this first round, which he is excluded from in a team sense. Disappointing round for Christian. 84.92 was his time. This man is a magician. Khaled Al Mobti, we welcome, 26 years of age. And Khaled is number 65 in the world rankings. He is coached by David Vil, national trainer for the Saudi Arabian team, and Emil Hendricks, Barlow in the Netherlands. But another one, same as Christian Kukuk, to have the Oxford 2. And this pair have been in brilliant form. That is why I'm doubly surprised. They were second in His Highness the Amir's Sword 5-star Grand Prix here 2 weeks ago, and behind Jan Fredrik Meyer Zimmermann and Messi van der Ruytershoff. And the second rail as well out of the double at 4A. So Peter Schumacher has certainly set a fascinating first round test. We can well declare that. Khaled from a non-equestrian family. He started as just a hobby rider initially. He's not a full-time rider. Actually, amazingly, given his credentials, he's a graduate of business management and he works in his family business. He's got a small team of horses. A third rail for Diana Duplevaux-Z out on the course for Khaled Al Mobti. So it's a surprising start to the season. That is the obvious conclusion already. We are only the very tip of the iceberg this year, but some big names falling into region score-wise you wouldn't have anticipated. Khaled Al Mobti has 12 penalties, and disappointment for the second for Saudi Arabia this afternoon. 3 clears we have had, and Geoffrey Book, that time will fall, I'm absolutely certain. 71.79 is out in front for the Austrian.
We follow on with Portugal now, the 7-star reserve rider of the Central Pirates League, who won another Turkey also the prizes here in the last few weeks, Cooper Elby, Duarte Sierra.
الآن إلى فرسان البرتغال دوارتي سيبرا الفارس الأولمبي البرتغالي مع الجولة كوبر.
The new starter, a man I know from my long career in eventing commentary, Duarte Abra, we welcome, 39 years of age. He will ride later, maybe in the second round, but certainly later this year for the Saint-Tropez Pirates. Rebranded in this green colour, we'll see later. He rides for the Wathman stable, one of the ambassadors, along with Geoffrey Book. Abdul Said, the big Doha stable. The racing crown initially, but now has branched out 6 months or so. The team trainer for that operation, Rob Aarons, into show jumping. They've got a great team of Qatari riders, and these international stars aforementioned, they're global ambassadors. It's Cooper LB on course for Duarte. He's had a few little rattles and rubs, but it is all intact. Duarte won the second 4-star Grand Prix with Dourage, the Doha Tour. And he was again in simply brilliant form. I've read he's actually the leading global show jumper money-wise just through the early part of this 2025 season, but Coupe LB falters late into the Global Champions Tour. Double for Duarte Seabra. Santarém in Portugal initially. Okay, this course is certainly proving big hours this afternoon. Duarte comes home with 4 penalties, 78.35, and into 4th place.
Welcome again, kicking off some ring of the number 8 of the Stars. Yes, we have President Lloyd, Q High, and Khaled Abdulaziz Alay.
أول مرة خلال فوز المملكة العربية السعودية على أرضية الميدان الفارس الأولمبي خالد عبد العزيز علي مع جواد كيو.
This man has got a quite extraordinary pedigree. As I referred to in the parade, he won the individual bronze medal at the Sydney Olympics back in 2000 behind Jeroen Doubledown and Albert Vaughan. The Dutch won too. That was the first ever Olympic medal for Saudi Arabia in equestrian sports. And this afternoon it is Q High end number 9, Khaled Abdulaziz Al Aid, getting started. This horse started his 5-star career back in February last year. Has had 3 5-star top 10 finishes so far. One of the youngest horses in the field this afternoon. We have, in fact, 4 9-year-olds. This is one of the 4 9-year-old horses. We have 8 10-year-olds. And on the flip side of the coin, we've got Conquidam, Santa Tyson's legend at 19. 2 Peter Laroque for Peter de Vos, 18. 3 16-year-olds as well. Brooklyn Heights, Vesmal de Cotti for Hans-Dieter Dreyer and Valentino Massuer. They are all the veterans, but Q Hyen strikes out the Visit Qatar. Skinny. It's narrow, it's square, and I think anticipating that rollback turn to the rate of distance between 8 and 9 is the added difficulty. End of the course, or towards the end of the course as well. So plenty of factors that would make that Visit Qatar skinny influential, surely. But Khaled Abdulaziz Al Aid will be very happy with a 9-year-old to come home with a 4 penalty. We'll have a little clutch of time as well. 4 on the clock. 88.18 was the Saudi time. In fact, yes, there's one other error. Apologies for that oversight. It is going to... Oh, no, I was right. 4 jumping 4 time. I suddenly see 8, and I imagine there's another error. And it is, though, just the 1 jumping error and the 4 time. For 8 for Khaled Abdulaziz Al Aid and Q High end this afternoon. The new starter, one of the young guns on the Longines Global Champions Tour this year, 23 years of age, Jeanne Saint-Dron getting started. And Jeanne will ride for the Monaco Comets later this season. She was last week well placed with Dexter de Care Glen, 6th in the CHI Al Shakab 5-star Grand Prix. Her father, the food magnate on aeroplanes and the former president of the Toulouse Football Club, Olivier Saint-Dron. Mother Sophie. Jeanne based in Toulouse and the Écrit Cheval, studied business and economics at university. And what a win on the Longines Global Champions Tour. The Paris victory was quite extraordinary with Dexter de Clare Glen. June of last year, her first ever 5-star Grand Prix went to add note to that victory. But yes, I'm afraid Ivana Delmasse, 11-year-old mare, falters into the Global Champions League combination. That's Olivia looking upwards as if to of course, be a little bit frustrated with that error late. But it's causing problems. Mondelestre, Jean's trainer alongside Dad, but it's not easy out there. When you see the brilliant Christian Kukuk into trouble with 8, you start to get a clear understanding of just the challenger, Peter Schumacher. Time for Jean Saladron will be the quicker of the 4 falters. There's 2 of them only. Douin Sabre, in fact, best part of 6 seconds slower than Jean Saladron. It's the best round that's not a clear round so far this afternoon. This lady making international waves over the last few seasons. She was part of the Cannes Stars last year. The championship winning team has been drafted now into Madrid in Motion this year. Individual this afternoon for the opening leg in Doha. Kim Emmen was at Gothenburg Horse Show last week. Some spectacle it was in Sweden. I take the stadium mic in the Scandinavium. It was mind-blowingly good. Kim, who rides Erik Berghoff in the Netherlands, powerful owner. Her 5-star debut was at Mechelen 2016. Her mother involved in dressage, Dad no equestrian connection. But started show jumping as Mum was better than Kim at dressage. That was her early motivation. Yes, 1 down into the double, 4-8. I'm afraid dislodged by Inflame Go, this great campaigner for Kim. Fair to say, I think the horse that brought her to the forefront of world show jumping. Prior to Imagine, horse that Connie Viscal bred, stepping up to the plate for Kim Emmen's top horse. This horse was 7th in the Longchamp Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in London. That was Kim's first top 10 finish in August of 2023. But again, combinations causing hit after hit, because it's this time of the out of the late double, the Global Champions League back bar of the Oxer goes, the second error for Kim Emmen. So yeah, there's a lot to think about already. It's a surprising sport. I think that is partially due to the weather. It's just windy, it's cold, the horses on this big occasion just not feeling loose in their bodies, and I think that is taking its toll. The weather factor, which you wouldn't of course expect here in Qatar. It was very warm here in January, but I think it's a good 6 or 7 degrees chillier than it was just a few weeks ago. Kim Emmen comes home, it's 8 jumping and 82.46 the time for Inflame Go. So Carefree Puck, if you're just joining us, a very good afternoon, warm welcome. I know it's chilly conditions, but a warm welcome nevertheless to Doha. Carefree Puck out in first position, 71.79. But now this young man, he's a fascinating prospect. A former French junior champion at Macron-Chantrey back in 2019. He will ride for the Shanghai Swans this year. They've elected to go with, understandably, the seniors of Christian Ammann and Daniel Deusser this afternoon. Antoine, who left his family stables at Chevigny-les-Chevrières in late 2022. It is not far from Lyon, on the east flank of France, not far from Geneva. To move backwards towards, or certainly westwards towards Toulouse, to the Cheval stables of the Saint-Tron family and his partner Jeanne, who we've just seen. Antoine in brilliant form on the Doha Tour. He won the very opening 4-star class with Pegasus Dawson's flanks back in early January. He was 9th in the World Cup. Philip Weishaupt and Kobe with Floyd Depré. And then had a brilliant His Highness Amir's Sword Week. He was third in the World Cup that week with Odin van der Anegor, this horse. And again, third in the 5-star Grand Prix, the Amir's Sword, behind Jan Fredrik Zimmermann. So this man is in flying form. It's number 12 of the GCL first round. This horse can certainly cover a lot of sand per stride, so he's an interesting prospect. 11-year-old son. And 9 on my mind. I'm not sure those young horses, but I'm afraid the 11-year-old Kikbo van der Zuidhoven's son takes the back of the Longinox. Odin van der Anegor down to the final fence. Yeah, the time was very competitive. This horse is so deceptive. There's been a lot of horses here on the Doha Tour that you can just look at and think are going slowly, but some of them will deceive you. Plot Blue is certainly one of those horses that throws offspring that will, again, like Odin van der Anegor, appear steady but actually be very quick in reality. The quickest time, 70.67. Is Antoine Hermans, but the full penalty coming in at the back of 10 drops him into 4th place, just ahead of Jean Sadron. The partners in 4th and 5th on our leaderboard. The new starter, Great Britain's Jane Annett, gets away. She is based in the south of England and trains with Scott Brash. Scott, who won the Longines Global Champions Tour Championship in 2013, actually was the win here in Doha, as I was alluding to earlier, when Doha was at the end of the season. That was Scott's 28th birthday as well. And then 2014, they again fell to Scott Brash, having won 3 Grand Prix that year. Cannes, Qashqai, Sand, London. Jane made her 5-star debut on the Doha Tour. She had her first ever win as well. That came in February. That was with Impala, the His Highness the Amir's Sword Week 1m45 win for the beautiful big liver chestnut for Jane. But G1, again, the Visit Qatar rocks her a 7. Jane seems to love riding these very powerfully built, real athletes with muscle straps. She likes the long striding horses. She's got a real type, and that is no surprise. Like choosing a partner in human terms, you've got your sort of type. You, in equestrian terms, would love to be sat on, and Jane Annett's type is certainly this lovely, big, sort of old-fashioned stamp of a show jumper. She will have 4 penalties this afternoon, however, in this opening GCL round. G1 comes home 79.78. The British time for 4 penalties. We'll put her into 7th place, just up ahead of Kim Emmen. We've got the 3A full rounds, Kim, Christian Kukuk and Khaled Abdulaziz Al Aid. And now we have the 4 falters, Antoine Hermans, Jean Sadron, Duarte Seabra and Jane Annett.
هذا الشوط تصنيف 5 نجوم، جولة واحدة تعقل الساعة ارتفاع الحواجز إلى 1.55 سنتيمتر.
Talked to Niels Brunsales in the elevator this morning in this beautiful hotel. We're staying in here in Doha, and he brings this horse to the start. He'll ride his very good horse, Rigi, in the 2nd round, but this is the very impressive young horse that is Credibilis van Het Lindenhof said for Niels. They won a 2-star Grand Prix in Oliver mid-January this year, over 1m45. They They've only been together since November 2024, so a brand new combination. This is only their third 5-star start after being here for the week of the CHI Al Shakab last week. Crown Z crossed to Landetto, that is owned by Staal Brunsales, bred by Luc van der Wijver in Belgium. Yeah, just the one down again, I'm afraid. That was that Prague playoffs brown vertical. It's a very round, I think, bearing in mind this horse is a rookie and a real novice at this level. A raw talent that shines this afternoon. I think that is a very good round, bearing in mind some of the more season combinations that have fallen into bother. Niels Brunsels goes into 6th place and the time 73.16.
نعود مرة أخرى إلى الدنمارك لكمال الدمار على أرض الميدان مع إمباير SBK.
Three more individuals to come before the team riders will start at 5:24 local time here. 15:50, 500 hours is the GCL start time for leg one here of the new season in Doha, Qatar. And now we welcome Rikke Blinde Barker for Denmark, the new starter. She is a new signing to the Rome Gladiators, powered by Cavalleria Toscana this year, based up to the north of Copenhagen initially, but now based with Steve Tinty, her partner at the ST stables near Brussels. The Barker family businesses, storage containers. Rikke, one of 3 sisters that are all still involved, actually working for the family business, and another one, though, I'm afraid, working at the paint at the Oxer at 4A. It's gone again, and then Empire SBK puts the brakes on sharply into that 155 tall wall. Really disappointing that is for Rikke. Big afternoon. This horse, though, one of the young horses at 9, so that is the obvious explanation. Only 4 9-year-olds. They are the youngest quartet of horses this afternoon, so no shame in that at all. It's a huge test, but I'm afraid a bridge too far for the pair for Denmark. They retire from the first GCL round this afternoon. 57,000 euro. I won't admit 7,000. That would be denying one of our lower place competitors a nice little pep up this afternoon. 57,000 euro. And it's going to be a very huge afternoon of sport. Also, again, as I said, Niels in the elevator, and he said it's going to be a huge afternoon, and bearing in mind his experience championship-wise, that was quite a statement to feel from the riders, just the buzz and excitement that they get, even though they are brilliantly seasoned competitors themselves. Now, Sanna Tyson comes forward. I've been a long admirer of this lady's raw natural ability. She can just get on a horse and operate it. And when you're sat on this kind of an operator, with her natural ability, that is a fascinating package. He is the oldest horse in the field at 19 years of age. Conquidam RB for Sanna Tyson gets started. She won the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in Madrid 2022, again in August 2023, and Valkenswaard beat quite a lineup: Max Kuhner, Ben Meyer and Edwina Tops-Alexander en route to that victory. Conquidam is so fast-footed into 4AB. This is the one to wake us all up here. This will show us more the GCL pace for those that are really vying for their teams this afternoon. Conquidam. And the visit Qatar Oxer, he won't touch it. Sanne in 2016, the youngest ever winner of the Eindhoven Derby at 17 years of age with Jelena, who dad Leon used to compete. Conquidam charges down to 10. Handbrake turn here now. The rollback into this last combination is pinpoint precise, and his legs are so electric to avoid the red-white bars. Brilliant from Sanne Thijssen. Look at this time. Conquidam down to the final fence and soars out over it. Sophie Hinners watches on. Brilliant from Sanne Thijssen. Oh, what a round, electrifyingly good. And it is over 4 seconds, the Dutch advantage over Austria. Geoffrey Puck finally relinquishes his lead. He drops a second at 71.79. And Abdulrahman Al-Raji into third. That was very, very sharp from Sanne Thijssen. And I talked to her this morning, and she said that she wouldn't go all guns blazing because he's 19, so she's got a little bit left in her locker room as well, which adds even more interest to that superb Dutch round. This decides this, the quite extraordinary Ultra Cup venue. Doha's skyline in the back, drop. It is quite brilliant here. Indoor arena, the Longines Indoor Arena, the outdoor arena, which is, as we say, yeah, scarves on, get close to those fires. With this, the final individual rider before we get into the teeth of the GCL battle. This pair certainly could be ones to watch because Ellen Whittaker gets started. Korlenski. Ellen's GCL debut was for the Miami Celtics in 2020. From Huddersfield in the north of Yorkshire, grew up in Yorkshire. 2 sons herself, Ellen, Harry and Frankie. 04, she was second in the Hickstead Derby, Locarno 62. He was 8, Ellen was 18. In behind Uncle John, who won that year with Buddy Bunn. And that was also Ellen's first ever attempt at the Hickstead Derby for added value again. Korlenski, though, is being retired. Yeah, a gear change, and I'm afraid Ellen Whittaker pulls up Tilly Shaw's Korlenski. They were in very good form here on the Doha Tour. They were third in the opening 4-star Grand Prix. Behind the man that lies second this afternoon, Geoffrey Puck. And Abdul Said was second. But a disappointing end to the individual competitors here in Doha. The end of the first batch before we get the team competition started at 5-4. Sanne Thijssen has taken this first GCL round by the scruff and collar in her bid to qualify for the Grand Prix here on Saturday. 67.48. And yes, over 4 seconds down in second. Geoffrey Puck for Austria and Abdulrahman Al-Raji. That is a new combination. RPW in third. But it's been a very interesting start to the afternoon with some season combinations. The ones on our screen now, the likes of Christian Kukuk and Khaled Abdulaziz Al-Aid and Khaled Al-Mobti having trouble. So we take a short break, everybody. It is going to be a 15-minute interval before the first of our GCL team riders enters. It will be New York Empire to get us underway. After this short intermission, from myself, Ed Holloway, thank you for your company. Do not go far. I'm sure you won't be exactly ditching your TV and going to walk the dog at this point. But we can't wait to see you very soon here from the Longines Arena. It's a short farewell. This is the mighty scene of the Doha skyline. We are not far from the center of Doha, Qatar. We are about 30 minutes by car in this incredible equestrian nation. This is the mighty West Bay area that is the home of the skyscrapers that compose the CBD of Doha. This is our home here, the Longines Arena at Al Shakab, for what is going to be a fascinating opening leg to the GCL season. We have now 17 teams this year. 3 teams added from last year, and it will be fascinating because one team will not return for the playoffs this year in Prague. Last year in Riyadh, cloudy and overcast. It's windy as well, 16 degrees, so quite chilly for our horses that have come to Doha for the heat to escape from the European winter. Everybody a little bit wrapped up, and certainly this is a fascinating test of Peter Schumacher this afternoon. Of those 17 teams, as I was saying, one team will not be returning for the Prague playoffs later this year. That is the added incentive to not be finishing bottom of the pack. These, the champions over the years gone by, Can Stars, who won last year's championship. The all-ladies team claimed the final leg in Rabat. That was where victory was claimed by the Can Stars. They hoped to finish it off in Rome, but that did not materialise. It has been brilliant, the sport so far this afternoon, and we take you on a whistle-stop tour of the course of Peter Schumacher. 530 metres, it's a long course, just up over half a kilometre. Peter has used every corner of this course. It's, yeah, as you see, 117 metres by 77 metres, the sheer capacity of the arena. There are 3 double combinations, and we'll take you out over the state of Qatar. Vertical 150, right-handed little dog leg run down to the global champion square oxer 148 by 150. This is the first of the 3 doubles. The orange, white and black verticals, a pair of them, 2 strides on 11 meters 70 down through those pair of uprights, and then left-handed 8 strides, a slightly holding 8 down to 4A and B, 150, 160, the oxer in, 1 stride, 155 leaving. They then peel back to this rustic oxer, 150 by 160 at 5, and then 5 strides, 23 meters 20. It walks down to the very airy wall. Got a green top just to help the horses visualize the top of it. But it's very serious. It's away again from the in-gate, the stable area. Then right-handed bending line back to what has been influential already. This Visit Qatar skinny at 7, not wide at 120, so they can certainly angle out over it, get back sharply. This roll back to the Prague playoffs vertical at 8, 155 tall. That is a demanding turn. Then down out over the Longines oxer at 10. Again, little right-handed dog leg to lead them back into this run towards home. A lot of work though still left to do, because this is the Global Champions League double. 8 meters it measures exactly, vertical to oxer. 1 stride. But we've seen both the in and out parts going already this afternoon in the individual competition, because this first GCL round will determine the start order for the second round, which will be the Grand Prix qualifier. Then down to this 4-bar vertical. It's a pale green colour, and then left-handed down to the Longines oxer 155 by 160. Is the guardian to the finish line this afternoon. It's a great test from Peter. It's fascinating, and it's proving that score-wise, with only the 4 clear rounds having come through the individuals after 18 starters, so 14 have fallen into trouble. It's going to be New York Empire who lead us into battle for this brand new Global Champions League season, the GCL, that gets underway here in Doha. The Saint-Tropez Pirates have got 2 seasoned men, Mariano Martinez Bastida and Philippe Rosier. The the Doha Falcons, Peter de Vos, Fernando Martinez Sommer, and then for the Weishaupt remains for Riesenbeck International, but Emanuele Camilli is a new signing into Luca Beerbaum's team. You have Sebastian Gullikson as alongside rookie Deirdre Riley, the Irish, very talented former eventer who will start for the Scandinavian Vikings. Two classic stars for Madrid in Motion, Michael van der Vleuten and Eduardo Varas Asnar need no introduction. These two also very good for Doha Falcons, the local team, Bassim Mohamed and Julien Coutin. Julien is a big global winner. And these two for the Estabal Warriors, wow, what a start list they have got this year in terms of horsepower. But that is going to be fascinating. This is the new team, the second team of Deborah Meyer, the Monaco Comets, Edwina Thompson-Alexander and Yoli Mitalinu, the Aussie-Greece partnership. Mexico Amigos, Kendra Clarissa Brinkop comes in new to the GCL this year, and alongside, again, a rookie, Kern Verrecka. And the Basel Cosmopolitans, the new team of Thomas Straumann, Jana Vargas and Zasha Nigard-Lil. They are very, very exciting as well, coming later. And Marcus Enning has been joined this year by Hans-Dieter Dreyer for Valkenswaard United. So a very steely pair of Germans to come into the open leg here for Valkenswaard United. And last year's champions, Sophie Hinners and Jan-Friedrich Meyer-Zimmermann come forward for the Cannes Stars. They won this leg here last year as well. They will be fearsome. And Stockholm Hearts, who won the GCL Super Cup final, coming with big interest. Marlon Bard Jonsson alongside the new starter for them, Inigo Lopez de la Osa Franco. Paris Panthers, Rome Gladiators with Nadia Peter Steiner and her brand new present this year, Mila, alongside Emanuele Gaudiano. He had a fall earlier, actually, he's okay, but little strike to his knee. The Italian and Shanghai Swans, well, Christian Allman and Daniel Deusser. Again, is a very nice pair to anticipate. A good start for Shanghai Swans, who were second behind Stockholm Hearts in the Riyadh Super Cup finals late last season. So, ladies and gentlemen, no drop score permissible in GCL format. It's a straight run through of the scores. We are looking for the lowest penalty score. There could be substitutions of riders or horses into the second round. The lowest penalty score wins, and in the event of equality of penalty scores, it will be the quickest cumulative time that seals the win here in Doha. Season man who will start off for New York Empire, Georgina Bloomberg's team. They are very strong on paper, but they've never actually realized their potential in this highly demanding, unforgiving team format competition. Dennis Lynch, 46 years of age, from Tipperary. He worked initially for the powerful pair Peter and Helena Weinberg, and then to the Munster family, the Kemper stable in North Rhine-Westphalia. This is one of the older horses this afternoon at 16 years of age. Brooklyn Heights gets away for Dennis Lynch. Course is down through the opening pair of verticals, and then, yeah, very well down into 4AB. Met that boxer at a perfect takeoff spot. This pair second in the Grand Prix in Amsterdam, behind Peter de Vos and Jorina J, start of this year. And then second in the World Cup as well in Amsterdam, behind Mark Hausacher and Sarahof's Dante. Dennis Lynch, super ride down through the full stride rate distance between the Prague Playoffs vertical and the Al Shakab Liverpool. Super fluent from this man. You don't feel he's going flat out here, but this horse is so seasoned. Bearing in mind, Sana Tyson 67.48, but that was so fast, but no. The Ox are out of the Global Champions League. Final double topples for Dennis, I'm afraid. Well, a disappointing start for New York Empire. We already get a feeling for what the riders feel about this course, excuse me, because was quite a slow time from Dennis, but that is anticipating riders will rush themselves into trouble out there, and clearly I think a policy from New York Empire to go a little bit steady, try and bank a double clear, which I'm afraid falls foul 3 from home. 4 penalties for Brooklyn Heights. The time for reference was 10 seconds slower than Sanna Tyson. This horse is brilliant, Hello Folly. We welcome, and this man is some championship jockey, some veteran on the Longines Global Champions Tour, having won the season's champs in both 2013 and 14. Scott Brash from Peebles in Scotland gets away, now based down in the south of England. And Hello Folly, she competed at her very first 5-star Grand Prix here last week of the Doha Tour. Julie won it. Scott's got the 2 championship hopes of Hello Mango and Hello Folly to step up into the big shoes, the likes of Hello Sanctos, of Hello Jefferson. Scott's had 13 Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix wins. The last one was in Stockholm City in 2016. Hello Folly breathed on top of 7, but it stayed in the cups here. Runs down to the Longines Ox. She's so quick with her back end to sort of rather skew it and snap it out of the way of that 170 wide Ox. I don't think there'll be many double clears this afternoon, because it is such a huge occasion pressure-wise, and the course is again a fair monster given that pressure in mind. It is a clear round for Scott Brash with this outstanding mare. Because just bear in mind, we have the 4 9-year-olds this afternoon. We have 8 10-year-olds only. Hello Folly, one of those 8 10-year-old horses. 74.38 for Scott Brash. He will go into 4th place as we stand. It's a very smart round for the extraordinary man from the Scottish borders.
Well, that is how New York Empire line up at the end of the first team to come out in GCL Round 1. Welcome to Doha. Welcome to Stage 1 of the Global Champions League, a brand new season. This is the GCTV live studio, and we are very excited to have you with us for this journey in 2025. Brand new teams, brand new riders, and a lot of excitement for the upcoming season. 4 for Dennis Lynch, a clear for Scott Brash, and New York Empire find themselves on 4 penalties. One of the returning teams in the Saint-Tropez Pirates are officially underway. Sign up to GCTV and come and watch the rest of this weekend's action live in Doha. Round 1 of the GCL continues with the Saint-Tropez Pirates.